Gentleman from New York is recognized for any questions he may have for the panel.
Well, thank you very much. I find myself in always the unenviable position at the end of the dais, and we've had a great deal of debate today. I just want to say the following. Thank you, Mr. Lawler, for your tireless advocacy for the people of the state of New York. This was an unfair policy when this deduction was taken away, and this starts to right the wrong with the marriage penalty being eliminated. And it's going to help constituents if we can make this law. This should have been in the overall tax package is my strong feeling and belief. And I know the advocacy that's come out of Mr. LaLota, Mr. D'Esposito, yourself, Mr. Molinaro, Mr. Garbarino has been tireless as you fought for New York taxpayers. And I greatly appreciate that. I salute you for your time here today and certainly taking the heat from people all over the country here today. So I yield back, Mr. Chairman.
If I may, I want to correct my friend. I do not think of you as sitting at the end of the dais. I think of you as the anchor on the ship that steadies us in the storm. So we're happy to have you there. My friend requests recognition.
I just, for the record, because there's a lot of revisionist history here, I mean, we are here today because of the Trump tax bill that was jammed through the Senate on reconciliation that created this problem. So for all the finger pointing at Joe Biden, I mean, you guys who were here to vote for that horrible bill, it's your responsibility. The second thing I'm going to say is that listening to my friends on the Republican side, it's like you're not in charge. I mean, you are, I hate that this is the reality, but you are in control of the House of Representatives. The Ways and Means Committee, which Mr. Schneider is a member of and Mr. Lawler is not, it actually does the tax stuff around here. So let's not lose sight of like who's running this place. So anyway, I appreciate you allowing me to have that indulgence, but I just the record needs to be straight here on what the reality is. And I thank the chairman. I yield back.
Thank you very much. I'll just add, if I may, that I'm very proud of the Trump tax cut, very proud to have voted for it. I think it unleashed incredible amounts of growth for this country and additional income for the federal government. And frankly, I think it's helped us revive some of the disastrous decisions that were made during the Biden administration. I know they certainly didn't overturn it, for the most part. They left it in place and certainly spent the revenue that it generated and then some on top of that. So in terms of, the SALT tax thing, again, I admire my friend's persistence in fighting for his constituents. That's exactly what he's supposed to do. I'm not sure I share the view on SALT that my other friends do, but, again, that's fair enough. They had an opportunity to vote against it. Some of the very people you're talking about did not vote for the Trump tax cut because of the SALT issue. They were fighting for it then. Obviously, Mr. Lawler wasn't here to do that, but some of his predecessors and some of his current colleagues certainly were. And again, that's fair enough. I mean, I don't agree with every single item in every bill that my own party brings forward. I sometimes fight against them too.
Didn't Mr.
we're in
Norman
here.
Convince you?
I'm sorry?
Didn't Mr. Norman convince you to review your position?
I always find Mr. Norman and every member of this committee on both sides of the aisle very convincing in what they say because they're always sincere in the questions that they ask and the points that they raise. That's why we allow such unlimited debate and are so generous to everyone who comes before this committee. A precedent that I did not establish, my friend did not establish, but our good friend, our successor, Pete Sessions, our predecessor, did establish. And that's why this one of the reasons it's very unique and entertaining committee. But one thing my friend, from Texas did say was we were going to vote on this at 9:30 this morning. If we were a little less eloquent and a little shorter in our comments, that might have actually come true. But that's not going to happen today. We're going to vote a little bit later. But again, I want to thank both of our witnesses, and I mean that quite sincerely. We appreciate you both coming on such short notice early in the morning. Appreciate the quality of debate. Again, Mr. Lawler, this was your first time here. We congratulate you. You've been here before, Mr. Snyder, but I think this is your first time this Congress, if I recall correctly. So again, we're very happy to have you as well. And with that, the witnesses are excused.